Tonight, I want to speak directly to your soul. I want you to lean in and hear this truth. God is about to reveal who you really are. Not the version you show the world, not the one you've been told to settle for, but the extraordinary, unstoppable, purpose-filled you. Something inside of you is stirring. Something greater than your fears, your doubts, your circumstances is about to rise. Are you ready to step into the life you were created for? There's a force, a divine spark within you that is longing to break free. And tonight, I promise you, God is about to pull back the curtain and show you just how powerful, how capable, and how limitless you truly are. Think for a moment about the life you are living right now. Look at your routine, your job, your relationships, your dreams, or maybe the ones you put on hold. Now, I want you to imagine a life beyond all of that. A life where the limits that have been placed on you by circumstance, fear, or self-doubt simply no longer exist. This is not wishful thinking. This is the reality that God has already prepared for you. God's vision for your life is far bigger, far brighter, far more magnificent than the small corner of existence you may be settling into right now. Many of us walk around carrying a watered-down version of ourselves, a life that feels safe and predictable, because the unknown is intimidating. But here's the truth. God never intended for you to live small. You are not meant to live a life confined by yesterday's failures or today's struggles. Imagine a seed lying in the dirt. That seed could become a towering tree, shading a whole neighborhood, producing fruit that feeds many, sheltering birds and animals. But if the seed believes it's only meant to be a pebble, it will never reach its full height. Right now, some of you are walking around as seeds, afraid of reaching for the sky, unaware that God is ready to water you, nurture you, and help you grow into your full potential. Think about the person you know who seems to have it all together, the friend who has achieved success, the colleague who rises above challenges, the neighbor who always seems full of joy. Do you know how many nights they stayed awake, doubting themselves, wondering if they could ever reach that level? Every successful life has a backstory of trials, doubts, and seemingly impossible odds. The difference between them and those who never step into their purpose is simple. They believed that God's vision for them was bigger than what they could see with their eyes, and they acted on it. Now let's bring this closer to home. Maybe it's your career. You've been in the same position for years, believing that this is all you'll ever achieve. Promotions seem impossible. Recognition feels distant. And every day you go through the motions, telling yourself, this is my reality. But God's vision for you doesn't fit into the box of your current job, your current skills, or even your current mindset. There's a version of you that is thriving in ways you haven't dared to imagine. Leading projects, inspiring people, creating opportunities not only for yourself, but for others. That version exists right now, waiting for you to take the first step. Or maybe it's your relationships. Perhaps you feel stuck in connections that drain you or leave you unfulfilled. Maybe you've wondered if love, genuine connection, or reconciliation is even possible. God's vision for you is not just to endure relationships, it is to thrive in them. To be surrounded by people who uplift you, challenge you to be better, and celebrate the real you. The love, the respect, the understanding you dream of is not a fantasy. It is part of the life that God already sees for you. Even your daily habits, the small choices you make every morning, the moments when you feel tired, uninspired, or defeated, they all matter. God's vision for you encompasses these small moments too. Each decision, each risk, each act of courage builds the bridge between who you are today and who you are meant to become. It's not about rushing. It's about believing that every step, no matter how small, carries you closer to the life that's waiting for you. A life that is richer, fuller, and more impactful than you can currently imagine. Here's something to consider. Life rarely announces when a breakthrough is coming. It doesn't send an invitation. It doesn't give you a map. But God's vision for you is already in motion. It is unfolding behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. Every challenge you face, every setback, every moment of doubt, it's not the end of your story. It's the setup for the revelation of the extraordinary person you are meant to be. Just like the caterpillar doesn't see the butterfly inside until it is fully formed, you may not see your full potential yet, but it's there. I want you to take a deep breath and imagine yourself walking into that life, a life where your talents, your passion, your courage, and your purpose are all fully realized. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing exactly what you were created to do, inspiring and lifting others as you rise. This is not a dream. It is a reality that God has already prepared for you. But it requires belief. It requires faith in the unseen. It requires you to stop letting fear, doubt, and past failures dictate what you think is possible. You are capable of far more than you know. God is about to reveal a vision for your life that is bigger than your current struggles, bigger than your limitations, and bigger than the version of yourself you have been settling for. The question is, are you ready to step into it? Are you ready to see beyond the life you've been living and rise into the extraordinary destiny that has been waiting for you all along? Tonight, I tell you this with confidence. If you believe it, if you act on it, if you dare to embrace it, that vision will become your reality. And when it does, you will finally see who you were truly meant to be. Look in the mirror tonight and really see yourself. Not just the reflection of your face, your hair, or your outfit, but the person behind the eyes, the soul that carries dreams, hopes, and desires that only you can bring to life. Many of us walk through life questioning our worth, comparing ourselves to others, feeling like we are somehow less than. But the truth is, there is no one like you in this world. No one has your combination of talents, experiences, perspectives, and passions. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, a unique masterpiece of infinite potential, designed with intention and care by a force far greater than any challenge you face. Think about a snowflake. Every snowflake is completely unique. Not one is identical to another. They fall from the sky, fragile yet perfect, delicate yet extraordinary. You are like that snowflake, one of a kind, intricate in your design, beautiful in your individuality. Society wants to tell you that you need to fit a mold, that you need to conform to someone else's standards, that you need to be like the person next door or the celebrity on the screen. But the reality is this. Trying to be anyone else diminishes the power of the unique person God made you to be. Your quirks, your talents, your perspective, they are not accidents. They are your power. Consider your daily life, the way you think, the way you solve problems, the way you bring light into even the smallest moments. These are reflections of your divine design. Maybe you are the person who always knows how to make a friend smile when they are down. Maybe you are the one who notices details that others overlook, who sees solutions where others see obstacles. Maybe you are the quiet force in your family, holding everyone together without recognition, without applause. These are not small things. These are demonstrations of your uniqueness, your purpose, the fingerprints of something extraordinary within you. I want you to think about people you admire. Maybe it's a teacher who changed your life, a mentor who encouraged you to step into your potential, or a public figure whose work inspires you. Now ask yourself, did they succeed because they tried to be someone else, or did they succeed because they embraced the gifts that were uniquely theirs? Every person who has left a mark on this world did so by being themselves fully, by leaning into their God-given abilities, by trusting that their uniqueness had a purpose. That same power lives in you. Even in your imperfections, there is intentionality. You may have scars, doubts, and weaknesses that feel like limitation, but they are actually part of your design. Every challenge you've faced, every mistake you've made, has shaped you into someone resilient, empathetic, and wise. Your story, with all its ups and downs, is proof that you were carefully made for a life of impact. Think about the rough patches in your own life, the moments when you thought you couldn't go on. Those experiences have prepared you to rise higher, to understand deeper, and to shine brighter than you ever imagined. Now, think about the smallest details of yourself, your hands, your voice, the way your mind works. God's design didn't just stop at the big things. It's in the subtleties too. the way you laugh, the way you think, the way you dream. These are all unique expressions of a one-of-a-kind creation. How often do we overlook these small, ordinary things, not realizing they are extraordinary? You were not made to blend in. You were made to stand out, to make a difference in ways that only you can. Let's bring it even closer to daily life. Maybe you've been doubting your ability to achieve a goal, feeling like you are not capable, not talented enough, not equipped for what lies ahead. But take a moment to reflect on all the ways you have already succeeded. Every time you solved a problem, helped someone, learned something new, or endured hardship and came out stronger, you were exercising the gifts that God placed in you. You are equipped. You are capable. You are wonderfully made for this moment and for the future that is waiting for you. The world will try to define you, categorize you, even diminish you. But no label, no opinion, no circumstance can change the truth. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You were created with a purpose, a plan, and gifts that no one else possesses. When you fully embrace this truth, a transformation happens. Confidence replaces doubt. Courage replaces fear and pass. Ion replaces hesitation. You begin to see yourself as more than enough. You begin to realize that your life has meaning simply because you exist and because you bring something into the world that no one else can bring. Tonight, I want you to take a deep breath and internalize this truth. You are more than what the world sees. You are more than your past mistakes, more than your insecurities, more than the limitations others have tried to place on you. God has designed you intentionally, perfectly, and beautifully. Your potential is limitless. Your value is undeniable. And your life has a purpose that is waiting for you to embrace it fully. Stand tall, walk confidently, and shine unapologetically. The world needs the unique brilliance that only you possess. Life has a way of testing us. It throws situations at us that feel overwhelming, moments that make us question ourselves, times when it seems like everything is stacked against us. And yet these very moments, these trials, these struggles are the crucibles in which our character is formed. Challenges are not obstacles meant to break you. They are the forge where your identity, your strength, and your purpose are shaped. Every great story, every remarkable life has been refined in the fires of difficulty. If you want to see who you truly are, watch how you rise when the world pushes back. Think about everyday life. Maybe it's a demanding job where your efforts go unnoticed, and it seems like no matter how hard you work, recognition or advancement never comes. It's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to say, maybe I'm not meant for more. But those very challenges, the late nights, the setbacks, the criticism, are molding you into someone who is resilient, disciplined, and unstoppable. Imagine a blacksmith forging a sword. The metal goes into the fire. It is hammered and shaped, cooled and reheated, bent and strength, keened. Without the fire, without the hammer, the sword would never become a weapon capable of greatness. Your challenges are the hammering. Your struggles are the fire. And you, my friend, are the sword being forged into excellence. Or think about relationships in your life. Sometimes we encounter people who test our patience, who push our buttons, who challenge our understanding of love and empathy. It is tempting to walk away, to give up, to close your heart. But it is in these very interactions that God shapes your emotional strength, your compassion, your ability to rise above ego, pride, and hurt. Every difficult conversation, every misunderstanding, every moment of conflict is teaching you how to stand firm, how to love deeply, and how to grow without losing yourself. Your character is being sculpted through the relationships that challenge you the most. Even failures play a crucial role in forging who you are. Maybe you tried something and it didn't work. Maybe a business, a project, a goal, or a dream fell apart despite your best efforts. You felt the sting of disappointment, the ache of embarrassment, or the weight of self-doubt. But failure is not a permanent sentence. It is feedback. It is guidance. It is the fire that refines your approach, strengthens your resolve, and teaches you lessons you could never learn in comfort. Some of the most remarkable achievements in history came only after repeated failures. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine if he had given up at the first challenge. Your challenges are like that. They are the stepping stones, not the final destination. Consider your health or your personal struggles. Maybe you faced illness, exhaustion, or personal limitations that tested your spirit. It is in these moments of vulnerability that you discover the depth of your endurance, the courage that lies within, and the untapped strength that emerges only when you are pushed beyond what you thought possible. Life does not shape heroes in comfort zones. It shapes them in the trenches, where every breath is a choice, where every step forward is a victory, and where every setback is an opportunity to rise stronger than before. Even in your daily routine, challenges are shaping you. When traffic delays make you late, when a coworker misunderstands your intentions, when bills pile up and stress weighs heavy, these small moments are not insignificant. They are opportunities to practice patience, to refine your mindset, and to strengthen your emotional resilience. The cumulative effect of these ordinary challenges prepares you for extraordinary moments. It is the consistent triumph over small battles that equips you to face the larger ones without fear. Here's the essential truth. You are being prepared. The challenges you face are not random. They are purposeful. God is not punishing you. Life is not conspiring against you. Every difficulty, every setback, every moment that tests your spirit is building the muscles of your character, sharpening your mind, and expanding your capacity to handle what lies ahead. Just as steel is not strong without heat, you cannot reach your full potential without challenges. Your difficulties are not your enemy, they are your greatest teachers. So tonight, I want you to look at your challenges differently. The next time life tests you, when circumstances seem unfair, when people doubt you, when doors close, I want you to see the hidden blessing. I want you to see the shaping, the strengthening, the refining taking place within you. You are not simply enduring, you are evolving. You are not simply surviving. You are becoming more than you ever imagined. You are the masterpiece being sculpted in the fire. Imagine the version of you that emerges from every trial, stronger, wiser, more confident, more compassionate, more capable. That version exists now, ready to step forward, ready to rise. Challenges are not your curse, they are your calling. They are the forge where your true self is revealed. And when you finally step out of the fire, you will look back and realize that every struggle, every difficulty, every setback was not a barrier. It was the forge of your identity, shaping you into the extraordinary person you were always meant to be. Many of us go through life carrying masks. Masks that hide our insecurities, masks that cover our fears, masks that protect us from judgment or rejection. We act like we are someone we are not. We conform to what society expects. And we hide parts of ourselves because we think the world won't accept the real us. But here's the truth. Your true self is already within you. It has always been there. Vibrant, powerful, and filled with potential. The only thing standing between you and who you were meant to be is fear and doubt. And the beautiful news is that these layers can be peeled away, revealing the extraordinary person God created you to be. Think about the way we often approach opportunities in life. Perhaps a promotion comes your way at work, or you have a chance to pursue a dream you've held for years. And yet hesitation grips you. You tell yourself, I'm not ready. I don't have what it takes. What if I fail? These are the whispers of fear and doubt, quietly keeping your greatness hidden. But imagine if you leaned into that moment, stepped forward despite the uncertainty, and trusted that your true self had been prepared for this very opportunity. That version of you, confident, capable, and unstoppable, is waiting to be released. Every time you let fear dictate your choices, your true self remains locked away, longing to shine. Look around at your daily life. Maybe it's in your creativity. You have ideas, talents, or passions that you've kept hidden because you fear criticism or judgment. Maybe you love to write, paint, or sing, but you tell yourself no one will care. Perhaps you've wanted to start a business, a project, or even a movement, but fear whispers, you'll never succeed. These are the chains of doubt, and each time you let them control you, you deny the world and yourself the brilliance that is uniquely yours. Your true self is not afraid to create, to dream, or to lead. It is waiting for you to claim it, to step forward, and to finally say, I am ready, even in relationships. Fear and doubt hide your authenticity. How many times have you held back in love or friendship because you were afraid of rejection, afraid of being misunderstood, or afraid of being vulnerable? Maybe you didn't speak your truth, or you didn't show your heart fully. And in doing so, you kept your true self hidden. But what if you embraced your real voice, your real heart, your real intentions, the connections you long for, the deep, authentic, meaningful bonds exist when you allow yourself to be fully seen? Fear may have kept your true self in the shadows, but courage can bring it into the light. Let's think about moments of personal growth. Often we limit ourselves because we doubt our abilities. Perhaps you avoided taking a class, learning a new skill, or stepping into leadership because you thought you weren't good enough. But the truth is, your true self has been preparing you for these moments. Every experience, every lesson, every struggle has been a part of shaping your readiness. You are more capable than you realize. Doubt may whisper lies about your potential, but your true self knows the truth. It has everything it needs to rise, thrive, and succeed. Consider the way children live their lives. They explore, they create, they dream without fear. Somewhere along the way, life teaches us to doubt ourselves. We face criticism, rejection, and societal expectations, and slowly we hide parts of who we are. But deep inside, that fearless, creative, authentic self still exists. It is waiting for permission to come out. It is waiting for you to reclaim your voice, your joy, and your power. Every time you act despite fear, you take a step closer to revealing that true self to the world. Fear and doubt also thrive when we compare ourselves to others. We look at people who appear successful, confident, or accomplished, and we tell ourselves we don't measure up. But comparison is a thief. It hides your unique gifts behind the shadow of
inadequacy.
Your true self cannot be measured against anyone else because it is one of a kind. No one has your experiences, your insights, your creativity, or your ability to impact the world in the exact way you can. The moment you stop comparing and start embracing who you are, you begin to uncover the power that has been waiting inside you all along. I want you to imagine your life without fear and doubt. Picture yourself stepping into every opportunity, expressing your ideas without hesitation, pursuing your dreams with confidence, and speaking your truth in every relationship. This is not a fantasy. This is the real you, the you that exists behind the layers of worry, hesitation, and self-doubt. That self is strong. That self is capable. That self is unstoppable. And that self has been waiting patiently for you to take the first courageous step. So tonight, I want you to take a deep breath and make a decision. Decide that you will no longer let fear and doubt dictate who you are. Decide that you will peel away the layers that hide your true self and allow your brilliance, your authenticity, and your purpose to shine. Your true self is not broken. It is not lacking. It is not incomplete. It is extraordinary. It is powerful. And it is ready to step forward into the life you were always meant to live. Have you ever wanted something so badly that it felt like the whole world was against you? You've prayed, planned, and worked tirelessly, yet nothing seems to move. Doors remain closed, opportunities slip away, and every step forward seems to come with 2 steps back. It is in those moments that you may question yourself, question life, and even question God. But here's the truth that will change the way you see your journey. Divine timing is always perfect. Everything in your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Even when you can't see it, even when it doesn't make sense. And even when it feels like the world is moving faster than you. Think about planting a seed. You put it in the soil, water it, and wait. At first, nothing happens. You check every day wondering why it hasn't sprouted yet. But beneath the surface, unseen by your eyes, roots are growing, the seed is gathering strength, and the first signs of life are forming. If you dig it up too soon, you destroy its potential. The seed's timing is perfect, not early, not late. In the same way, your dreams, your goals, and your life's purpose are growing beneath the surface, perfectly aligned with the moment you are ready to receive them. Divine timing is not about rushing. It is about preparation, unseen growth, and the perfect unfolding of your destiny. Consider your career. Maybe you've been waiting for a promotion, a job opportunity, or the right moment to take a leap. You see colleagues advancing, doors opening for others, and it feels like your time will never come. But what if the delay is not denial? What if the waiting period is preparing you, equipping you, and strengthening you for the role you are meant to step into? Every skill you are learning, every challenge you are overcoming, every connection you are making is part of the perfect design for the right timing. Divine timing ensures that when your moment arrives, you will be more than ready. You will be unstoppable. Think about relationships in your life. Perhaps you've longed for a partner, a friend, or a mentor to walk with you, but the right person never seems to appear. Or maybe you experience a heartbreak or betrayal, and it feels like love will never return. Divine timing is at work in these moments as well. The people meant for your life will arrive when you are ready. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late. Sometimes what feels like a delay is actually protection, allowing you to grow, heal, and become the person capable of creating the kind of meaningful, lasting connection you deserve. Even your personal growth follows the rhythm of divine timing. How often do we compare ourselves to others, wondering why their success seems faster, why they achieve their dreams while we struggle? The truth is, life is not a race, it is a journey. You are being shaped, refined, and prepared for your own path in your own time. Every lesson you learn, every obstacle you overcome, every moment you endure is aligning perfectly to make you ready for what lies ahead. Divine timing ensures that the wisdom, experience, and strength you gain will meet the opportunity precisely when it appears. Think about the small moments in daily life, the little disappointments, the delays, the setbacks. Maybe a package is late, a bus is missed, a meeting is rescheduled. At first, these things seem frustrating, inconvenient, even unfair, but sometimes those small delays are what protect you from something worse, guide you to something better, or allow you to prepare in ways you cannot yet see. Divine timing operates in every detail, not just the big moments. Nothing in your life is random and nothing is wasted. Every delay, every pause, every waiting period is part of the perfect plan. Even in your dreams and aspirations, timing matters. Perhaps you've been working on a project, an idea, or a goal for years, and it feels like nothing is happening. But imagine the power, the impact, and the success you will have when the right moment arrives. Everything you have learned, every connection you've made, every failure you've endured will converge to make your success not only possible, but unstoppable. Divine timing ensures that when the doors open, you will walk through with confidence, clarity, and readiness. The hardest part of divine timing is patience. We live in a world that demands instant results, immediate gratification, and constant movement. But the greatest blessings, the deepest growth, and the most profound victories come when we wait with faith. Waiting does not mean doing nothing. It means trusting, preparing, learning, and growing. It means believing that the universe, God, and your destiny are working in perfect harmony on your behalf. The moment you embrace this truth, waiting transforms from frustration into faith, from anxiety into assurance. Tonight, I want you to take a deep breath and surrender the timing of your life. Trust that every closed door, every delay, every challenge, every pause is not a sign of failure, but a sign that your life is being orchestrated with perfect precision. Your breakthroughs will come exactly when they are meant to come. Your opportunities will appear when you are ready to embrace them fully. Your growth will meet your purpose at the perfect intersection of preparation and timing. Divine timing is perfect, and it is personal. The path you are on is not meant to be rushed or compared. It is meant to unfold beautifully, naturally, and powerfully. Trust in the process, trust in your journey, and trust that the best is always yet to come. The moment is coming when everything aligns, when the door opens, when your preparation meets your purpose, and when it does, you will step into a life more extraordinary than you ever imagined, because divine timing is not just perfect, it is unstoppable. Have you ever underestimated the power of one person to make a difference? Have you ever thought that your actions, your voice, your choices, or even your presence were too small to matter in a world full of challenges, noise, and chaos? Tonight, I want to tell you this: you are a catalyst for change. You have been placed here not just to exist, not just to pass through life, but to spark transformation wherever you go. Why? Our life has a ripple effect. And the way you move, speak, and act has the power to touch lives, inspire action, and create a wave of change that reaches far beyond what you can see. Think about a simple act of kindness. Maybe it's a smile you give a stranger, a word of encouragement to a coworker, or a gesture of help to someone in need. At first, it may seem insignificant. You may think it's just a small thing. It won't change the world. But consider this: that smile could lift someone out of despair. That word of encouragement could give someone the strength to pursue their dream. That act of help could spark a chain reaction that changes the course of another person's life. Your actions, even the smallest ones, create ripples that extend far beyond the moment. You may never see the full impact, but make no mistake, you are a catalyst. Look at your family life. Maybe you are the quiet influence in your home, the person who patiently guides, encourages, and uplifts others without recognition. Perhaps you are the sibling who sets an example for younger brothers or sisters, the parent who models resilience, or the spouse who inspires love and unity. Your presence matters. Your consistency, your integrity, and your example. Create an environment where change can take root. Families, communities, and even workplaces are transformed when someone steps forward with purpose and leads by example. You are that someone. Consider your workplace. Maybe you feel like just one employee among many, one voice among countless others, one small cog in a large machine. And yet, your attitude, your ideas, and your work ethic influence those around you more than you realize. The way you handle stress, the way you communicate, the way you encourage others, it shapes the culture of your environment. When you rise to the occasion, when you choose to be intentional, you become a catalyst for positive change. Your energy becomes contagious, and your influence spreads in ways that may be invisible at first, but undeniable over time. Even your personal story can be a source of transformation. Think about the challenges you faced, the obstacles you've overcome, the lessons you've learned. Your life experiences are not just your own. They have the power to inspire, guide, and change others. When you share your journey, when you lead with honesty, when you demonstrate resilience and courage, you give others permission to rise. Someone in this room may be struggling with what you once struggled with, and your story could be the spark that ignites their breakthrough. You are more than just a survivor. You are a beacon of hope and change. Look closer at your daily interactions, the way you speak to people, the encouragement you offer, the patience you show, the example you set. These are all catalysts for change. Maybe a colleague feels defeated, a friend is lost, or a family member is uncertain about their next step. Your words and actions have the power to shift perspectives, inspire courage, and awaken potential. You may not see the immediate results, but the seeds you plant today will grow in ways you cannot imagine tomorrow. You are shaping the future, not just for yourself, but for everyone your life touches. Think about society at large. Major change often begins with one person daring to act, one voice speaking truth, one person showing courage, one individual stepping into purpose. These are the sparks that ignite, movements that shift mindsets and that change communities. You are capable of creating that spark in your own world. It doesn't have to be grandiose or public. Even small acts of integrity, compassion, and leadership ripple outward. You are designed to make a difference, to inspire, to lead, and to create momentum for change. The key is to recognize your influence and step into it intentionally. Too often people underestimate themselves, waiting for permission, validation, or recognition. But the truth is, you don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need anyone to tell you that you matter. You were created to move, to inspire, to act, and to create change. You are the spark that sets off transformation in every area of your life, the lives of your loved ones,
your community, and the world.
So tonight, I want you to take a moment and recognize this truth. The power to change begins with you. It starts with the choices you make, the attitude you carry, and the example you set. You are a catalyst for change, and your influence reaches far beyond what you can see. Your life is a series of opportunities to ignite transformation, to inspire action, and to leave a legacy that endures. Step boldly into your power. Speak with intention. Act with courage. The world is waiting for the spark only you can provide, and the change you bring will ripple through generations. Faith is often spoken about as something intangible, something invisible, something that exists quietly in the heart. But faith is far more powerful than most people realize. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the gap between where you are today and where you are meant to be. It is the force that allows dreams to take shape, potential to become reality, and visions to emerge from the unseen into the tangible. Without faith, the world would be nothing but chaos, possibility would remain dormant, and purpose would remain hidden. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is the vehicle that carries you from doubt to certainty, from fear to courage, and from dreams to achievement. Consider your daily life. Every time you wake up and face the day, you exercise faith without even realizing it. You get out of bed believing that you can meet the challenges ahead, that you can handle your responsibilities, and that you can navigate the unknown. You step into traffic, trusting that you will reach your destination safely. You start conversations, believing that connection is possible. Even small acts like preparing a meal for your family or sending an email that could change your career are demonstrations of faith, the belief that your actions will produce results even before you see them. Faith is the bridge that turns intentions into outcomes. Think about dreams you've held in your heart. Perhaps you've wanted to start a business, write a book, create art, or pursue a passion that is felt out of reach. You may have doubted whether it was possible, whether you were ready, or whether the world would accept it. Faith is what allows you to take the first step despite uncertainty. It is what empowers you to act before the results are visible, to invest time, energy, and resources into something that exists only in your imagination. Without faith, your dreams remain invisible. With faith, you begin to build the bridge that will eventually make them real. Even in relationships, faith plays a crucial role. You cannot force trust, loyalty, or love into existence, but faith allows you to believe in the potential of people, to hope for the best in others, and to invest in connections that are not yet fully realized. Faith is what allows a mentor to see potential in a student who struggles, a friend to encourage someone who is doubting themselves, and a parent to believe in a child who cannot yet see their own capabilities. The invisible qualities of love, trust, and potential are made real through faith. Consider moments of hardship and uncertainty when life seems unclear or impossible. Perhaps you face financial struggles, health challenges, or personal setbacks that make it hard to believe that things will get better. Faith is what bridges that gap between despair and hope. It is the quiet, persistent belief that something better is coming, even when all evidence seems to suggest otherwise. It is the mindset that allows you to keep moving, to keep trying, and to keep believing in the unseen outcome that is waiting for you. Faith is not passive. It is active courage in the face of doubt. Even in professional growth and achievement, faith is indispensable. Consider the entrepreneur who launches a startup with no guarantee of success, the student who applies to a school with high standards, or the artist who presents their work to the world for the first time. Each of these people acts on faith, the belief that their efforts will yield results, that opportunities will align, and that their vision will manifest. Faith allows you to act before you see the evidence, to persist when obstacles appear, and to create outcomes that others may have deemed impossible. The visible results of your life, success, impact, and fulfillment are built on an invisible foundation of faith. Even in moments of personal transformation, faith is the bridge. You may want to become a more patient parent, a more resilient partner, or a stronger version of yourself. Change often feels impossible because you cannot yet see the results of your efforts. Faith is the bridge that allows you to act despite uncertainty, to build habits, and to cultivate character. Every positive change you have ever made began with faith, the belief that it could happen, the belief that you could rise above old patterns, and the belief that your life could be different. Faith is also the antidote to fear. Fear thrives in the unknown, feeding on doubt, hesitation, and uncertainty. But faith transforms the unknown into opportunity, doubt into possibility, and hesitation into action. When you step forward in faith, you create momentum. You open doors that logic and reasoning alone cannot open. You take action in alignment with your highest potential, even when the outcomes are invisible to your eyes. Faith turns what is unseen into what is tangible. Tonight, I want you to recognize this truth. Everything you desire, everything you hope for, everything you dream of starts in the invisible realm. Faith is your bridge to those realities. When you trust, act, and persevere, the invisible becomes visible. Dreams become tangible. Potential becomes achievement. Hope becomes reality. You may not see the full picture yet, but your faith is enough to carry you across the bridge. So take a step today. Believe in what cannot yet be seen. Trust in the possibilities that lie beyond doubt. Act in alignment with the life you are destined to live. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. And when you step onto it, nothing can stop you from becoming who you were always meant to be. Too often we live life holding back. We settle for less than we are capable of. We shrink ourselves to fit into expectations, to avoid criticism, or simply because fear convinces us that we are not enough. But the truth is this: God has created you with immense potential, a unique set of gifts, talents, and abilities, and it is time for you to rise up and claim it. Rising up into your full potential is not about arrogance or pride. It is about courage, purpose, and stepping fully into the life you were designed to live. Your potential is waiting. The question is, are you ready to embrace it? Think about your everyday life. How many times have you held back from speaking up, from sharing your ideas, or from taking a step forward because you thought you weren't ready? Maybe at work, you have a proposal that could transform your department, but fear keeps you quiet. Maybe you have a talent for art, music, or writing, but you hide it because you don't believe anyone will notice or care. Maybe you have a vision for your community, your family, or even your world, but doubt convinces you to wait. Rising into your full potential starts with recognizing that your hesitation is the only thing standing between you and your greatness. Consider someone you admire, someone who has achieved remarkable success. Do you think they arrived there without effort, without setbacks, without moments of fear? Absolutely not. What set them apart is that they chose to rise anyway. They chose to act even when the path was unclear, even when the odds were against them, even when others doubted them. Every person who has left a mark on the world stepped into their full potential before they fully felt ready. Rising up requires courage. It requires saying yes to yourself when the world says no. Look closer at your personal growth. Perhaps you've wanted to improve your health, your relationships, or your skills. You may have tried before and failed, and failure has made you hesitant. But rising into your full potential means refusing to let past attempts define your future. It means embracing perseverance, resilience, and determination. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward the full expression of your gifts. Potential is not about perfection. It is about commitment, action, and persistence, even in your professional life. Rising up into your full potential demands boldness. Perhaps you've been passed over for opportunities, overlooked for promotions, or underestimated by colleagues. These moments are not signs that you are less than. They are signs that it is time to rise, to prove to yourself and to the world what you are capable of. You have knowledge, skills, and insight that are uniquely yours. By stepping forward, by embracing challenges, and by striving for excellence, you begin to unfold the layers of your potential that have been waiting patiently for this moment. Think about the impact you can have on others when you rise. Your potential is not just for you, it is for the world around you. When you step into your gifts, you inspire, uplift, and empower others to rise as well. Maybe it's me, mentoring a colleague, encouraging a friend, or modeling resilience for your family. Your actions create a ripple effect, encouraging others to see the possibilities within themselves. Rising into your full potential is not selfish, it is generative. It strengthens communities, builds legacies, and changes lives. Even your daily habits matter. Rising up is not a single dramatic act, it is the accumulation of small, intentional decisions. Waking up early to invest in yourself, choosing patience over frustration, practicing gratitude, pushing past comfort zones. These are the moments that shape a life of full potential. Think of an athlete training for a competition, a musician practicing for hours, or a writer drafting page after page. None of it is glamorous, and yet it is these small actions, repeated consistently, that allow potential to become performance, talent to become mastery, and dreams to become reality. Fear will always whisper lies, trying to convince you that you are not ready, not capable, not deserving. But rising into your full potential requires refusing to listen to that voice. It requires embracing courage, trusting in your gifts, and believing that you were created for greatness. You may stumble. You may face setbacks. You may encounter moments of doubt. But these are not reasons to stop. They are opportunities to rise higher, to grow stronger, and to become the person you were always meant to be. Tonight, I want you to visualize yourself fully stepping into your potential. Imagine the confidence, the clarity, and the energy you will have when you stop holding back. Imagine the impact you will make on your family, your community, and the world. Imagine the pride you will feel knowing you did not settle, you did not shrink, and you did not hide. Rising up into your full potential is a choice, a commitment, and a declaration. It is the moment when you are gifts, your vision, and your courage converge, and you step fully into the extraordinary life that has been waiting for you all along. Your potential is not a dream. It is not distant. It is alive within you, waiting to be unleashed. The time to rise is now. Refuse to let fear, doubt, or hesitation hold you back any longer. Step forward boldly. Act decisively. Trust in your gifts. Pursue your vision. The world is waiting for the full expression of you, and when you rise, everything changes. For you and for everyone whose life you touch.